friends. I'm Suchida Amin from Australia. This forum is for everyone who believes in mind power. And especially, I'll be interviewing a strong woman in the world who can be an example for everyone and can give passion and energy to a woman. Your mind is your strength that can lead you to utmost success. Let's live our best life. That's our slogan. You can do it. Believe in yourself. Anything worth is not easy, and anything easy is not worth it. Who is this? Let me introduce you to a vibrant, strong, very composed, passionate, and valuable woman, Tina Kritzik. Hi, Tina. How are you?
I'm good. How are you tonight?
She is from Canada, and I would like to introduce her. Thank you very much for giving us time and sharing your life with the other women so they can get some motivation from it and live a life that you're living. So I will give a small introduction, and then Tina can tell you about her. She was married very young, had a child at the age of 18. She completed her university at that age, being a mother with a single child, at such a young age. And she accomplished her education. She graduated from the Guelph University, Bachelor's of Applied Science, with degree in Family and Social Sciences. She had a business. She had a business at the age of only 25. She bought her house at the age of 27, raised her 3 beautiful children, which are her strength and her biggest accomplishment, according to her. And she has set an example for every woman that even if you are young, very young, you have a child, you have to struggle to do, you can do it. Let's ask Tina that how she did it. Okay, Tina, tell me about yourself. Tell me about Tina. Just few sentences.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me for this interview.
You're
I've been
welcome.
looking forward to it. Yeah. Sorry, what was your question again? What was the first question?
It is like, tell me about yourself just in one sentence or two. How will you describe yourself as a woman?
Yeah. I realized that I'm just a free spirit. I have lived now 55 years, and I'm the same little girl of 5 that I am now. Everything inside me that I have now as well. I have learned a lot. I have grown a lot. I've struggled a lot. I have dug deep inside me in the darkest of times. And I've had a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to this next chapter of my life, surrounded by my family and friends. And I'm so excited to see what's next. And I'm excited to share my experiences and my wisdom, especially with young women. Because as you said, to live your best life, you need to, number 1, share, and number 2, listen. Because even now, I don't know it all. I'll never know it all, right? I didn't know it all when I was young. I certainly don't know it all now. So it's important to share and listen.
Thank you so much for sharing it. So as Tina said, that sharing with the world is her passion, and she is going to do it, might be the next chapter. So that's great, Tina. Experience is everything. You learn. Aging is a learning. My next question is, tell me your strengths that makes you a woman you are today.
Yeah. Well, like I already said, everything inside of me was there when I was 5. So the woman I am today, I'm strong and I'm brave. I am passionate. I have this love for family. I have a playful spirit, and I love of traveling. Um, I'm very determined. So when I set my mind to something, I go after it and I do everything I can to get it. I I'm smart enough to know that mistakes will always happen. I
Mm-hmm.
think that that is a huge part of um, getting to be my age, is that you have to learn from your mistakes. You you can't be afraid of falling because you're always going to fall. And I think that that's one of my strengths, is I know that and I'm aware of that. And I'm not afraid to say that I messed up, or that I learned from that mistake, or I learned from that failure. I think that is one of the greatest strengths that I do have,
Thank
is
you for
knowing that.
sharing.
Yeah.
As Tina said that she is brave, we need to be brave to accept the challenges, according to her. And she's very determined warrior, and the best strength, according to Tina, is learn from our mistakes, never shy, that you cannot fix it, or the mistakes we can take in a positive way to, which can make us more stronger. Thank you, Tina. Tell me about your weaknesses that you worked on and accomplished impossibles. Tell us the secret that how we can do it.
Man, I think it's important never to give up, right?
Mhm.
I think that is probably the most important thing of all. You know, I was going through a really, really hard time in the past year. I've had some some real challenges, and I found a picture of myself doing a tug of war. Do you know what a tug of war is? You have a rope, and there's people on one side and there's
Mhm.
people on another side.
Mhm.
And I found this beautiful, inspiring picture of myself when I was 8 years old, and everybody else was on the ground, and I was still pulling the rope.
Mhm.
And I think that that is, um, I think that's one of the most important things when you want to do anything, especially going through hard times. Um, I know your question said my weaknesses. Um, I think maybe one of my weaknesses is trying to do it all myself, not um, not asking for help all the time when I needed it. And I want to encourage people to speak up all the time if they need help, to ask for it. I think one of my weaknesses, or one of the things that I learned over the past 30 years, is to use my voice.
Mhm.
One of my weaknesses, or one of the things that I took a long time doing, was using my voice, speaking up. Um, and part of that, Sajida, had to do with, hiding and being ashamed and feeling alone. And what I've learned and realized is that when you speak something, when you voice it, when you share it, it takes all that shame away, and it
Mhm.
takes all that hiding away. Right?
Mhm.
We want to hide the weaknesses. We want to hide what we think is unspeakable. And I would say that's one of my weaknesses that I've overcome. And now there's no hiding. There's owning who I am, what I'm responsible for. But there's a lot in life that happens to us that is not our doing. But we as women, we take it on. And we feel like it's our fault, or we feel like we've done this when it wasn't our choice. I know lots of women who are going to listen to this interview will know exactly what I'm talking about. So we need to use our voice, let people in. That's the only way we are going to become stronger. That's the only way we are not going to feel ashamed. That's the only way we are going to rise, overcome, achieve our goals. And like you said at the very beginning, live our best life. We can't do it if we don't use our voice.
Exactly.
So I would say that was my lesson that I had to learn over and over and over and over and over again. It was like the universe was knocking me on the head, saying, use your voice. And finally I did.
That's great. You did a really good job. So Tina is saying that we should own our weaknesses. Don't be shy to work on it and to share with others. Put your voice there and never give up. She's not giving up from the very childhood. If you did like Tina somewhere at your childhood, just bring it up and use it now. I would say I raise my voice, not so that I can shout, but so that those without voice can be heard. So I totally agree with you, Tina. My next question is, what is the best advice have you been ever given?
Yeah, my mom. She told me over and over and over again, you can do anything you put your mind to, Tina.
Okay. Yeah.
And that advice rings true today. Every single challenge, every single time I think, could I, should I, will I, can I, do I dare? Is this too much? I hear my mom saying, you can do anything you put your mind to. And that means when you put your mind to something, that means that you focus. That means that you work hard. That means that you bring out that determination. My mom also used to call me strong-willed and bold and sassy. So it's bringing out all that strong-willedness and that boldness and that sassiness, right? And
she was right.
Doing anything it takes. Whatever you want, you can get, my mom taught me. And I would give that same advice to every single woman listening to me today. Whether you are a teenager, whether you are a woman in your 20s, whether you are a 70-year-old woman, it's not too late to dream big and achieve your goals, whatever they might be. They might be big goals, they might be small goals. Yeah, that's my best advice from my mom.
That's really good. We should always keep in mind the advice is given by our parents, our friends, or whoever we are like impressed, right? By. And dare to dream is the message from Tina. You can do it. That's our actually, that's my goal as well for this channel, that we can hold each other's hands and say, dare to dream. Yes, you can do it. So next question is, Tina, where is your happy place?
So my happy place is anywhere near water.
Mm-hmm.
So the ocean is my favorite. I like to be on a sailboat. I like to be on a beach.
Mm-hmm.
I like to be swimming in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
I like to look at the water. I don't really know exactly why I feel so connected to the ocean. It's always been my happy place. I feel like I can breathe. I feel like the ocean just, it's like it wraps itself around me.
Tina's happy place is near the water. Water absorbs everything. We talk to the water, right? When we go there, it absorbs our all, sadness, gives us a feeling of calmness. It means that nature is dear to you. My next question is, how you preserve yourself during your tough times, if you ever had some?
Oh my gosh. Sajid, I've had a lot of tough times in my life. Lots and lots of mountains to climb. Lots of impossible mountains to climb.
Mm-hmm.
The times in my life where I've stood at the bottom of a mountain and looked up and said, I don't know if I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
But every time I did it.
Mm.
Yeah, every time I did it, I would say the most important part. There's a lot of important parts when you're going through a really tough time.
Yep.
Number one, you've got to believe in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You have to depend on your support system.
Mm-hmm.
So my support system is my family and friends.
Okay.
And my family and friends are superstars. They're my superpower. I am very fortunate and very blessed to have the family and friends that I have. They have lifted me up. They have held me up when I didn't think that I could stand. Yeah, they have pushed me along when I thought I'm never going to make it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They have believed in me. They have pushed me. So first and foremost, it's my family and friends.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly is my health. Every time I was going through a really hard time, I made sure that I put lots of focus on what I eat, exercise well, keep my body active, because if my body's strong, I feel like mentally and emotionally I'm strong.
Good.
It doesn't always feel like it's working, but you have to keep on it. I journal.
Mm-hmm.
I meditate. I do yoga and walk all the time. It's really important to get good sleep. So sleep is really important. Yeah, and the other thing, my other secret weapon when I go through really hard times is knowing that I don't have to have everything figured out right away. I put one foot in front of the other. It's like when you're in a snowstorm and you can't see the road and you're driving. You don't know what's in front of you, but you know that when you do the next mile, there will be another mile. The road is there. You just can't see it. So it's self-talk. Self-talk is so important. It's important to do positive self-talk and not negative self-talk. And say to yourself, I believe in where I'm going. I believe in the next step. I know that when I put one foot down, all I have to do is 1 foot. All I have to do is get through this one day. Sometimes going through hard times, it's hard to get through the next minute. It's hard to get through the next hour, right? Sometimes it's day by day and sometimes it's minute by minute. But guess what? You get through the next minute and you go, yes, I made it through that minute. That minute's gone. Now I've got to get through this minute. I've got to get through this meeting, right? I've got to get through inch by inch, day by day. And you just have to believe, you have to know that you're going to be okay. That when you do that one step, the next step is going to appear. I think the last thing I'm going to say about this is when you're going through really hard times, family and fun. Make sure to have some fun. Make sure to find joy in little things, in big things. I spent a lot of time with when my kids were young, and now I have grandkids. And spending time with my grandkids is my salvation. They make me laugh. They give me love. When I watch them, I see them having joy and fun, and that makes me happy. Doing things that make you happy when you're struggling is really important. So I'm speaking to women who are struggling. I'm also speaking to women who are supporting someone who's struggling.
Exactly.
These are important things to remind your friends of, your family. Take care of yourself. Do some journaling. Get therapy. Therapy is always a really good idea too. There's so many things to do when you're having a rough time. You will get through it. Hang in there. And whatever you learn in this rough time will help you for your next rough time.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Okay.
Have a happy and fun time during your tough times. Makes you more vulnerable and determined towards your goal and help you to deal with all those obstacles and keep you on the track. That's Tina does. And family support, friend support is very important. So let's do it, my friends. Just listen to her, what she's saying. And therapy, don't be shy to get the therapy, because therapy is just conversating with someone, getting some strategies that can help you. Tina, I think you have told me already the secrets to your success, but if I will ask you 2 words that is a secret to success, how would you filter that? All your strategies or your strengths you have used to achieve the success in your life. Only 2 words that can help a woman to succeed in her life, even in very struggling times, at very struggling times.
2 words. You want 2 words? Gut.
I know you have a lot of things, like you meditate, you get help from the family. Obviously, you are a woman of determination from the very childhood. You don't give up at all. That's your utmost strength. But if a woman is struggling and not having atmosphere or where she is favorable circumstances, what are the 2 things that she cling on and she will be successful?
I think the 2 words I would say, you've asked me to concise 10 words into 2 words, gut. And when I say gut, I mean, listen to your gut.
Okay.
I can't say that enough.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever faced with a challenge, whenever faced with a decision, people come and ask me for advice. I ask them, what does your heart tell you? What does your gut tell you?
Okay.
So that's number one. The second word would be perseverance.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't give up. Do whatever it takes, but don't give up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So according to Tina, when we filtered it, we got it that listen to your gut. So gut is the dream that you always dream, right? You cannot dream that you cannot accomplish. So that's what you're saying, because
Yeah.
gut is like what your inner feeling is. So
The gut
sometimes
is also
yeah,
about making a decision. The gut
exactly.
is also, when you're making a decision, if 10 people are saying yes,
Don't do it.
and your gut is telling you no, listen to your gut. Don't do what everybody's saying just because they're saying it.
Yeah. Because that's your subconscious. That's your subconscious that's telling you.
Yeah.
So, I would ask you that what is woman empowerment in Tina's eyes?
Yeah. We've already touched on it a little bit, but I believe that woman empowerment is listening to your gut,
Mm-hmm.
is being brave enough to make your own choices, live with your consequences, reap the rewards, or learn from your mistakes. They're your mistakes. They're your rewards.
Mm-hmm.
Empowerment to me means being yourself.
Being
Okay,
yourself.
not hiding from yourself, not pretending to be somebody else. Be brave enough to say what you want. Mean what you say. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's way easier to follow the crowd. It's way easier to agree with everybody. It's way easier to be the yes person. For me, women empowerment means be yourself. Stand up for what you believe in, even if you're the only person standing. At the end of the day, when you lay your head on your pillow, you have to be happy with your choices, with how you behaved, with how you speak to people,
Mm-hmm.
choices that you've made, people that you love, how you look after your body,
Mm-hmm.
the goals that you have, your priorities. A woman who's empowered sees her priorities, puts her priorities first, knows how to say, this is important to me, and this is not important to me. And I'm okay if you don't like my choices. They're my choices.
Yeah.
Woman empowerment doesn't mean that you need to be rude or disrespectful or unkind. It's actually the opposite of that. It is being yourself, showing kindness, being loving, being respectful to everybody you meet, and staying true to yourself. It's a balance, Sajida, that I think takes a lifetime to learn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we're only going to learn this if we speak it and if we share it,
Yeah.
if we encourage other women to do the same. And like I said at the very beginning of the interview, we have to speak it, but we also have to listen. We have to listen to each other, right? We have to listen, and we have to be able to say to the other person, I hear you. I see you. I understand you. You are not alone. I may not agree with everything. We don't have to agree with everybody. But we have to be respectful to everybody. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And, yeah. So that's what women empowerment means to me.
Mm-hmm. That's great. And as Tina said, that women empowerment is drawing the boundaries respectfully. And I would recommend, and I will appreciate Tina, that she is sharing her experiences of her life and telling us what exactly women's empowerment is, rather than passing all those years and then learning from the experience. If we share with each other, as Tina is sharing her experiences, we can start from the very beginning, following all those strategies. You are you, and that is your strength. So it doesn't mean that you have to be rude. You can do everything by setting boundaries and respecting others, and with kindness. You can put your voice there, but always listen. Listening is a key to beautiful future that you always want, because after listening, if we talk, we are talking about our experience, right? If we listen, we are adding on our experience.
Yeah, and we're learning from others.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's, you are bringing more in. So Tina, next question is, what Tina wants to achieve next?
So I'm in a very interesting place in my life where I have retired from the two jobs that I've been doing for 30 years. I sold my business and I retired from the school board. I've been a child youth counselor for 30 years. I'm also in a very interesting place because I'll share with your community, we had a house fire almost a year ago and I lost everything.
Yeah, sorry to hear about that.
Thank you. My house burned down. Everybody got out safe, thank goodness. My extended family, including grandchildren, we all got out, but
Thank
we
God.
did lose everything. But I lost nothing. So I lost everything material.
Sorry. Yeah.
And I lost
the great loss.
Nothing that means
Thank God
anything.
that everybody is safe.
We still look at each other and say, thank goodness we're all here.
Yeah.
So I'm at a very interesting place in my life where I've been through two huge life changes in the past couple of years, and my perspective on life has completely changed. I've spent 30 years doing, achieving, getting, goal-oriented. I have raised my family. I have run a business. I have counseled countless children. I have made work I've made family my priority and my work another priority. So all my children are grown. My youngest is 23. Everybody's becoming independent and forging their own beautiful lives. I am recently divorced, so I find myself on my own for the first time in my life. I went from my family home with my mom when I was 18 to being married, raising a child. I hit the ground running when I was 18. I didn't have a chance to live by myself or grow up like a lot of people do. I didn't live on my own. I didn't travel a lot. It's almost like I'm going to do it backwards now.
Oh.
So I'm number one, I am so proud of my life so far. I'm proud of the woman I am. I'm proud of the children that I've raised. I'm proud of our values, how we put each other first. Family is first. I am excited to be a grandmother, to continue to enjoy my grandchildren, watch them grow up, be there for them like my grandparents were for me. It's still kind of interesting to think of myself as how my grandparents were, because when I think of my grandparents, I think I'm that now for 4 of my grandchildren and the ones that are coming. So I'm in a really, I would say, cool spot in my life where I've done it all. I've bought houses, I've run a business, I've worked a full-time job, I've raised my family, I've struggled, I've sacrificed, I've lost a lot, and I've been through a lot. So I know that the next chapter, I know it's not going to be without struggle. I know it's not going to be without bumps in the roads or mountains to climb, Sajida. I'm hoping to have more mountains to climb. I'm not going to shy away from my next mountain.
There you go.
Right?
There you go.
I am looking forward to having fun. I'm looking forward to enjoying my family, slowing down. I don't want to be running around accomplishing anymore. I want to slow down and enjoy the little tiny pleasures that are really big pleasures in life. Like watching my granddaughter draw and look up at me and say, "Are you watching me, abuelita?" And me say, "Yes, I'm watching you." I want to have time to go to university and drop my grandson off and say, "Good luck. Make yourself proud."
Very, mashallah.
Right? I want to have time to do all of that. And I want to travel. I want to see my goal is to, my only real accomplishment goal that I have right now is I want to see the world. I want to see the entire world. That's
what I also want to do.
Yeah.
Because when you do everything in your life, hardships, struggle, and you put yourself just second on every moment and occasion, then yeah, because you earned it. Now Tina wants,
as women that we struggle, and as mothers, we're not even second. We don't even make the list. We're not even on the list. So if I were
not for the children, but everyone, like, when you sacrifice everything, your sleep, you work for so many hours, you say, okay, you know what, I'll get time to do this, but you don't get time, right? So when you have done everything, because I think so, motherhood is to my understanding, motherhood is the best role of a woman. She will always be proud of it whatsoever. So it's not that, but like, we don't go after our own, I would say, ambitions or whatever, but as you have done perfectly everything. You did your graduation, even you had the child at a very young age when the girls are very emotional. Your mind was there, you worked with your mind, and then you had a business at a very young age, 25, I believe, and then 27, you were a businesswoman. You did everything. And you grew up your children as well. Now you have grandkids. Even you are young, you look like they're just friend. I can't believe that this is grandma, or like this is a mother of such a young children. And you are slowing down now because you are reaping what you sowed, and you have earned it, and you deserve it. You want to travel now, and you want to slow down. That's great. But we will always call you here to give advice to the other women at our forum. So last question is best advice to a struggling woman.
Okay.
Nowadays, the women have a lot of struggle. Like sometimes they are married, they have young children, they're having some problems with their partners, or after the delivery, they are going through the hormonal things, and they are a bit aggressive or feeling like very bad. So to keep up their passion, to keep up what they want, what they should do.
Yeah. Number one piece of advice, get help. You're not alone. Reach out.
Best advice. Yeah.
I talked at the very beginning of the interview about using your voice.
Yeah.
If you think that you're alone, you're not. If you are struggling, there's many other women who are going through exactly what you're going through. There is no shame in asking for help.
Yeah.
Use your voice.
Use your voice. Yeah.
Listen to your gut. Your gut will always tell you what to do.
Yeah.
Find someone to talk to. Okay. The other piece of advice is life is not easy. Life is not meant to be easy. It's really hard to hear that, but you can only grow during the really hard times. That's also hard to hear. When somebody's going through a hard time, I always tell them, you are growing. You are learning what you're made of. You are going to get to the other side, and you are going to look back and go, yes, I did it. I climbed that mountain. I thought I couldn't, and now I know I can. I know I'm strong. I know I'm persistent. I know I'm resilient.
Yes.
Hang in there is another piece of advice.
Yeah. As
And
Tina
the last
said,
piece of advice is this too shall pass. This too shall pass. You will not be in this position forever. This is for now. It's not forever.
Forever.
You are strong. You are resilient. Ask for help. Do not go through this life alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is the best advice that Tina, you have given to the women around us, that they should not be, they're not alone, and we are all together. Talk to someone, and believe in yourself. Every other woman or other women, you never know what they are going through. And life is a name of challenges. Life is not without bumps. And you grow when you go through the hard times. Although we feel that, okay, you know what, I'm going through that, that person is not going through it and they can't feel it. No. Different people react differently. So always keep in mind that you are not alone, get help, and this time will pass, it will not stay. Tina, thank you so much for giving us all those, sharing with us your down times with us, your accomplishments, your strengths, your advice. I really appreciate your time. You took time. It's night in Canada. So you took time for us, for all the women in the world. And we will keep on bringing you here at this forum to talk to us about what your adventures are now, and what you are doing now, and what the other woman can get from you when you will share with us. And to my listeners, I would say, I believe in being strong when everything seems to be going wrong. If you are strong in the hard times, that's real strength.
Yeah.
If we are strong, more happy when everything is good, that's to my, I don't believe that is the strength. Strength is when it's a hard time, when everything is not good. So let's join our hands, put our voice there, get help from other women around, and make to our goals. And I would say woman has God-gifted qualities as compared to the males, because they are more resilient and more endurance they have, handling tough situations, and has sense of calm. By nature, woman has those things. You can use those qualities and towards achieving your goals. It's not that you are less than the others, but calming down, balancing your life, sitting back, and taking time, be more strategic is our strength. So thank you very much, Tina, and thank you for the women and other people who are listening to us. It's for the men as well. If they want to understand better a woman, they can always watch our channel. That you will know the psychology of a woman, how you can have or build a good relationship with a woman as a daughter, if you have a daughter, if you have a partner, wife, or you are a father, grandfather. So let's do it. And yes, we can do it. Live your best life.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been such a pleasure. I've loved preparing for it. I loved talking to you. You do live your best life. I love that you want to help other women. You are a very strong woman. You are my friend.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
thank you. I'm so proud of being your friend, and I learn a lot from you, and I wanted the other women as well to listen to you, your wisdom and your strengths and your qualities that they can follow, and they can be the same as you today, more accomplished and resilient.
I hope this interview will help some women. I hope some women can benefit from listening to some of my wisdom.
Absolutely. Why not?
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. From the SI Neuro Excellence, from Australia, and there is Canada. So we will be doing more interviews soon.
Absolutely. Definitely.
Thank you.